Moving on to number 14, 2019 resurfacing project, also with Ben.
Okay, you got me again. So,
Thank you, Mandeep.
so the item we have before you is in regards to the 1819 resurfacing project. It's basically to provide road repair, maintenance, and um, provide that repair for the various roads throughout the city. So annually, the city tries to put a project together to maintain our roads. As some of you have heard at the past transportation workshop, we have approximately 230 miles of roadways that require about $7 to $8 million a year to keep them where we're at, ideally. With this project, we're proposing about a $550,000 project is what we're shooting for with this, based on what's budget, and trying to hold back some money. I always talked for a future Bridge Street project. So staff, basically, we use our Street Saver program. It's a street management software, and then also public input and YC311 input. And we drive the roads too to really see where they're falling apart. And the need, unfortunately, as everybody knows, outweighs the resources. And so we basically whittle that list down to fit the project scope, and then also kind of leverage different funds. And so with this, we're leveraging an asphalt rubber Cal Recycle grant where we got up to $100,000 to basically every square yard of asphalt rubber we put down, we get $1 off. So we're looking at about with this one, since we weren't able to go for a full-blown $1 million project, we're looking more at to recoup maybe about 50,000. So it's not a huge amount of the project, but it is maybe 10% where we're able to recover through that grant project. So the areas that got whittled down, basically 3 areas across town. As you can see, it's a little small to the public, but we have Civic Center and Pool. We have the area over by Carriage Square, that Weiler, Lawrence. I'm drawing a blank here on these streets right now, and but they're really, if you've driven any of these streets, they're really rough. I mean, these aren't your pristine, smooth streets. Civic Center, right when you turn off 20 here, it's been just a multitude of potholes. It's a truck route that comes up here and goes here for the DMV. We've had the recent construction with the PD. We're working towards the park, and they're getting close to the point that if we don't do something, they're going to really fall apart to a full-blown reconstruction. And so what we're proposing, unfortunately, isn't even a Cadillac. This is really just to set the expectations right now that this is an asphalt rubber Cape Seal. And so it's going to be real similar to that East Onstott project and Plora and some of those other areas where it's where we try to put that on more of the commercial type, collector type streets, where we get away with maybe not being not as quite as smooth. But we're going to work with some different options about micro grinding and trying to put down a couple different layers down to help with the smoothness. But that's what we have proposed right now. So in addition to this is kind of exciting for the project. I don't know if anybody caught this yet, but it's what's called the thin blue line. And so so the police chief brought to our attention maybe about a year ago, and said some other communities are doing this, and can we do something like this? And so engineering looked into it a little bit, and it's so in different parts of the country, it's they put a blue stripe down, usually in front of the police department, and it indicates it's kind of basically support of law enforcement. And so so we're looking at that, and so when we go in to restripe Pool, there we'll have an opportunity to put down new striping. And so with that, we were thinking of basically putting this blue thermoplastic down in between the 2 stripes. And so it's not everywhere across the country, but it is at certain spots, and I think it does help show the support, and the police department looks forward to it if we could do that. So that will be something new with this project. And it's proposed from Stabler to Pool, or Stabler to Civic, excuse me. And so with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions and would like to request approval of the plan and specs and authorize us to put it out to bid.
We do have one speaker, Mike Short. If anybody else would care to comment, please feel free to queue up.
My name is Mike Short, 2347 Oregon Way at Shanghai Bend. I find it very innovative that the city has found a way to keep down their resurfacing costs by not paving something in the first place. I speak specifically of the dirt parking lot at the end of Shanghai Bend Road. It's pretty easy to pick out. Everything else has been completed around there for at least 10 years. That's the only thing that hasn't been done. For some reason, I guess the city has a different philosophy on doing what it expects everyone else to do, but I appreciate that effort to cut down on your resurfacing costs. Thank you.
All right. Anybody else from the public care to comment? All right. Any discussion or action?
Through the mayor.
Yes.
Ben, just want to bring clarification there to East Onstadt because we've had several conversations here and outside out of the dais. It's actually a good road other than the manhole covers. We've talked about it, and you guys have worked on those, and those have gotten better. But I don't think we have manhole covers down Civic Center and down the middle of Pool and stuff that's in the lanes like they are on East Onstadt. So it is a good product, and the overall road is good. And so I don't want you to get discouraged on East Onstadt. It was just those darn manhole covers that were put there before the road was as busy as it was. So I'm in favor of this.
All right.
Somebody else make a recommendation. I've been doing it.
Okay, motion?
Yep.
Motion to adopt a resolution approving the plans and specifications for the 2019 resurfacing project and authorizing advertisement for bids on the project as attachments 1 and 2.
Very well.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate it.